Cézanne Haul 2022, Parisian style shop with me, the autumn winter style edit. Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. Today I have one very exciting video. Not only will I be taking you on a little shopping trip to one of my favourite Parisian style stores, Cézanne, but I'll also be sharing and styling the outfit ideas that I bought online. Now, as many of you know, I just adore this brand. So when we headed down to London the other week, I thought it'd be rude not to at least pop into Cézanne. And actually, I had all of you in mind and I tried on some pieces that I've been asked a lot about recently, so I could give you my honest opinion. So let's dive straight into this Cézanne haul and to a couple of pieces that I completely lost my heart to. One absolutely stunning London check blazer with matching tailored trousers. Now, they've both been made from a blend of wool, so I would say they're leaning towards being a heavier weight, perfect for autumn winter. The plaid print is a classic, of course, and something that I don't already have in my wardrobe. I like the fact that the waistband is quite wide before those pleats start, which I think is the most flattering, and of course that wide leg, while being hugely on trend, is still incredibly timeless too. Now, they have a zip side closure, so I did need to size down to the 36 just to make sure that it fit nice and snug on the waistband. And then you've got that fixed belt and buckle to cinch it in a little bit more if you need to. Now, lengthwise, we're not talking made for giants like some stores are. I'm nearly 5'8" and I don't think I'd need to take these up if I'm going to be styling them mainly with my ankle boots, which I think I will. Now, in regards to the blazer, I did go with my usual size 38 and I love the fit. It's a slightly different shape to the other Cézanne blazers that I already have in my wardrobe, and obviously in that matching print. I would absolutely be wearing this to just about every occasion I could think of. I would just keep the blouse or even a t-shirt underneath pretty casual to keep the overall vibe very relaxed. Notice how I've left a couple of those shirt buttons undone and pushed up the sleeves a touch as well, really helping to make my suit feel less workwear and much more everyday wardrobe. So a winner straight from the start. Do let me know what you think in the comments section below, but I absolutely love that suit. Now, in some ways, I'm kind of annoyed that I already have a lovely camel coat, because when Cézanne launched their Parisian style version this autumn, I just knew it was going to be special. But alas, the insane heating bills keep on rising, so I decided to simply try this on in this shop with me just for you lovely lot instead. Very jealous of those who decide to invest in this one, because it is as stunning and as beautifully made as I knew it would be. Constructed from double-faced wool, it's a long straight cut with a tailored collar. It's nicely a little bit oversized when wearing my usual size UK 10, so I don't think you need to size up to capture that fit. I love the addition of the button details on the cuffs and at the back. That's such a Cézanne thing to do, never want to scrimp on those little details, and I for one very much appreciate it. Now, although I wouldn't normally wear it done up, this is something I know a lot of you like to do and you ask me about. So here it is, fully wrapped up with the tie belt wrapped around my waist. So if you are looking for one this particular season, I can highly recommend Cézanne's beautiful Parisian take on the classic. One that I know I would have in my wardrobe for life. Side note, this style is also available in olive green or navy. So if camel is not your colour, there are definitely alternatives. Now, thinking of coats, but something a little bit shorter, I then tried on the classic Paulin, a mid-length coat made from virgin wool with patch pockets and this beautiful, slightly bobbly texture to the fabric. Now, I'm wearing my usual size 38 here, and as you can see, it's nice and oversized with plenty of room for layers underneath. I'd actually style this coat probably very similar to what I was wearing this particular day actually. Navy, stripes, and a gorgeous ecru coat to finish. I'd also style this in a winter whites outfit, maybe as a base to show off a statement handbag, or with this length of jacket, it would work really nicely with a midi skirt too. I think that mixture of shapes works really nicely together. And failing all of that, I would probably just reach for my trusty pair of blue wash jeans. Maybe add a chunky cable knit jumper and just tie my hair up out of the way to get rid of so much bulk on my top half. So lots of ideas there for you to play around with, depending on how transitional the weather is where you are. Over to a classic bestseller for this Cézanne haul stroke shopping trip with a pair of trousers that I often get asked about, but I never actually tried them on myself. So I thought I would give them a go so I could give you my honest opinion. So these are high-waisted paper bag style trousers that have that crop at the ankle. I think if I'm honest, I'd avoided them quite a bit before because I just generally find that paper bag style trouser quite bulky around the middle. However, the fit on these was surprisingly flattering. The fabric isn't too heavy, so it's gathering quite nicely and not creating that traditional bulk that these paper bag trousers often do. And then that taper down to the ankle does give my legs a bit more shape. I think with these sorts of trousers, you need to keep the rest of your outfit pretty simple and just let them be the star of the show. Anything too fussy on your top half could end up looking quite messy and there'd just be a little bit too much going on. I would literally keep it as simple as a t-shirt or maybe a classic crew neck on top in the day. Maybe an elegant camisole and coat over your shoulders at night time. The slimmer top, the better really, to just let that paper bag shape on the waist really shine. Now a blazer would of course finish off this look really nicely. Perhaps something a little bit heavier in wool to give you that added warmth, but I'd always leave it open so the eye is still drawn to that waistband detail. Next in this Sézane haul to one very pretty top. One item, like a lot at Sézane, that are so popular they come back in stock year after year. Timeless classics. Now this is the first time that I've personally tried it on, and a bit like the suit, I was sold at first sight. Created using the most beautiful guipure lace with that high neck collar and full length sleeves for the win. I know a lot of you love full length sleeves, so I do aim to please. Items made in this beautiful French lace is actually somewhat of a speciality for Sézane, so there are lots of different variations of the style if the one that I tried isn't quite right for you. Interestingly, though I assumed that high neck would be too tight and annoy me around the neck, it wasn't actually at all. The circumference is actually pretty wide, so it doesn't feel like it's pulling at all, and I'm wearing my usual size UK 10 here. I would dress it down with jeans, style it up with tailored trousers, or even leather would make a really stunning contrast of textures. And if I couldn't love this blouse anymore, I've just realised the majority of the lace is actually made from organic cotton. Just an extra jewel in this one's crown. Now before we head back to the shop, let me now show you a couple of things that I actually spoilt myself to online before we headed down to London this day. Some of you might have seen over on my Insta page that I was debating these lovely little Mary Jane shoes, or babies as Sézane calls them. I have no idea why they call them babies. Is that a French thing? Do let me know in the comments. Anyway, I totally fell for these shoes, and the poll over there showed that they were a yay rather than a nay with you lovely lot too. So when they came back in stock, I decided to add to cart, and I love them. Honestly, even if someone's watching this and thinking, Jessica, they are awful shoes, please don't dampen my spirits and put that in the comments, because these shoes are making me very, very happy indeed. Now, though I did think the neutral dusty pink tone was really lovely, I opted to go for the black so that I could wear them more often really. Fit-wise, I'd say they're very true to size, and for those like me who actually get quite annoyed with slingbacks because they tend to fall down a lot off the ankle, these don't seem to be doing that miraculously. I do really like them styled with these high-waisted cropped jeans, mainly so you could just show off the shoes. But I think it also has a bit of a Parisian vibe about it too, so obviously something that I naturally warm to. And a bit of a shoe Sézane haul today, but then I decided to invest in the ankle boots too. I have a very similar style in the tan, so I knew I would get an awful lot of wear out of these, and I also knew that they are super comfy too, which is not easy to find in an ankle boot. Going for that round toe for autumn winter feels particularly on trend, and I guess it's quite Parisian style too. But of course, they're not something that's going to date either. I actually looked around an awful lot before I decided on this pair of ankle boots. I really liked these ones from Rouge Paris with that pretty small heel, but I just couldn't bring myself to spend £300 on them. However, if that is within your own budget, I do think they're absolutely gorgeous. But in the end, I decided to play it safe with what I know and love from Sézane, and to a pair in the tan at least that I've worn an awful lot over the years. The other two items I bought a couple of weeks ago would be this pair of Sézane's iconic Brute Sexy jeans. They're high-waisted, slightly tapered down the leg, and they're made from 100% organic cotton. Happy days all round. I went for my usual size 28 in these, and I would say the fit is very true to size. Like they mention in their description, at first they do feel pretty snug, but after a while they naturally loosen a little bit, so there's no need to size up, I don't think. Lots of you lovely tall ladies will be happy to know that they are now also available specifically for you too. We just need to champion for a petites range now too. On my top half, I went for a simple but perfectly formed t-shirt made again from organic cotton with just a tiny part of stretch. I really like the fact that the sleeves are slightly longer than usual tees and the rib detail giving it a little bit more depth. I probably always wear these buttons a little bit undone, just to help the overall look feel more relaxed. And maybe just add a cardigan or a blazer or a coat if I'm a little bit cold. Styled together, I think they really complement each other for that classic French everyday kind of style. But of course, with those statement shoes adding a little bit of icing on the cake. Now back to my Sézane shop with me, and next up I spotted one stunning pink coat that I just had to try on. No, I don't need a pink coat as such, but absolutely yes, I would love to add it to basket. It is such a happy colour, and it's pieces like this and these Mary Jane shoes that can really let your fun side show. And integrating a tone like this into outfit ideas wouldn't actually be as hard as you might first think. For instance, I think it would look gorgeous sat against caramel shades, maybe a bit of denim, crisp whites and greys. Navy would look great too. In fact, I'd probably only avoid styling it with black, as personally I find that contrast just a little bit harsh for me. I tend to prefer my outfits to have a bit of a softer edge, but that's just personal taste. Now, it's been made from a blend of wool, mohair and recycled yarns, which is great. The collar is pretty tailored, and as you can see, the overall fit when wearing my usual size UK 10 is fairly oversized. I would absolutely go for this slightly bigger look, but like they recommend, if you are between sizes, do consider sizing down so that you don't feel too swamped in fabric. So some really lovely coats in store all round really. There was even a couple more that I spotted that I had to force myself to refuse as I just couldn't carry it anymore. So if you are in the market for a new one, I can highly recommend Sézane, both for quality, originality and their beautiful selection of tones. And finally, to a couple of shirts. The first, another absolute classic at Sézane, and one that I've invested in several times actually, the Chloe shirt. Oh, how I love the Chloe. I lent one to a friend recently actually, and she sent me a text message saying, I think this is the perfect shirt. It's relaxed, but it's elevated. It's a teeny bit sexy, but it's still elegant. Style it done up and show off that pretty embroidery, or leave it open and pretty casual. However you decide to wear it is obviously up to you. I just know that my wardrobe is a whole lot better for having it in it. And the other shirt is one that I tried with both the London check suit and with those navy trousers before. Made from 100% silk this time, with that pretty trim running down both sides. It's pretty classic in shape with those gentle puff sleeves and traditional collar, and I've just looked on their website actually and realised it's also available in that vintage blue shade that Sézane do. I've lost out a couple of times trying to buy this particular tone from Sézane, as they always sell out so very quickly, so this is something I would definitely go for. A really nice alternative if you, like me, perhaps already have quite a lot of white shirts in your wardrobe already. And that is finally it. A wonderful combination of looks that I found and loved in store, and a couple of pieces that I'd already spoiled myself to online. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this Sézane haul 2022, and of course coming along with me for a little shop in store. As always at Sézane, it's an absolute pleasure sharing their collections, so I just hope you've really enjoyed seeing their new autumn-winter range as much as I have. Don't forget to let me know your favourite outfit ideas in the comment section below. It's always really lovely hearing from you all. And if you're not already subscribed, that of course would be really lovely too. Have a wonderful week everyone. I shall see you on Sunday.